Hi everyone, good evening. What an honor and a privilege to be a part of this beautiful day. The weather turned out and it was just so beautiful. So it was I'm so lucky to be a part of this day. And I'm honored to be my sister's maid of honor. And I'd like to formally introduce myself as Lauren's bossy big sister, Shannon. If you've ever read into the birth order stereotypes, our family fits those roles quite nicely, with Lauren fitting her role as the baby sister as well. I remember the day Lauren was born so clearly. I was staying at my grandparents' house, and my aunt was there too. I remember that, and they had put a little French braid in my hair, one of them did, and I had a matching outfit on, and I was so excited to meet my little sister. As a 4.5-year-old girl with a younger brother, this was the best news I could get, that I was gaining a little sister. Aside from having clear memories of the day she was born, it's really hard to remember life without Lauren. Lauren and I, being 4.5 years apart, often have had different interests growing up, and we haven't really always gotten along. Some examples of these times included when we would have to share a bed, especially in Shelburne. That was like a tight quarters. And if you haven't had the privilege of sharing a bed with Lauren, she's a huge cuddler and a sleep talker. So good luck, Colton, on that one. Or if one of us got something that the other one didn't, that would always be a cause for a tiff. My earliest memory of this, I don't know how old we were. Lauren might have been 2 or 3. I got a doll stroller for Christmas and Lauren didn't. And let me tell you, it wasn't very pretty. And I also remember being the referee in between my brother and sister with my elbows when they'd be fighting over top of me, over who knows what. But I've been reminded frequently throughout life, once people have gotten to know us both separately, how different Lauren and I are. But all that being said, there is something special about the bond between sisters, how you don't have to have those similarities, but it's unlike any other friendship that you could ever have. In more recent years, after moving home from school, Lauren has had a designated room in each of our homes that we all refer to as Lauren's room. This has really allowed us to grow much closer. This season of life has been really formative for our relationship together, giving us many opportunities to stay up late talking and getting to know each other on a deeper level. She is the easiest house guest, a pleasure to have, and the best auntie to Lockie and our dog Martha. They literally both race to the door when they see her pull in the driveway. They're like fighting to get to the door fast enough. Lauren is someone who loves deeply. She is sensitive to those around her and has a calm, go-with-the-flow attitude that balances my bossiness nicely. I have also had the privilege of getting to know Colton over the last 6 years or so. I don't really know the exact timing. And I'm so happy to officially welcome him into our family today. The first I learned of Colton was when Lauren told me he randomly added her on Facebook and that they didn't have any mutual friends. So that was like a little bit of a red flag, not gonna lie, but you've warmed up to me since that time. But boy, did he prove himself to our family, and that love and pursuit that he had for Lauren at day one has been really evident over these last 6 years. I've loved watching them plan this wedding together and discuss their plans for the future, and I can't wait to see all that God has in store for your lives together. So in closing, I don't have a glass, but I'd like to raise a toast to my baby sister and her new husband. Cheers to a life of happiness together. Cheers to Lauren and Colton.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Isaac Taylor, and I'm a longtime close friend of Colton. I'm super excited to be standing up here tonight with all of you and to be his best man on this very special day. Colton and I became friends, I'm going to say back in 2006. I believe that was around the time that Kevin and Lisa moved into 32 McMillan Crescent, which was just a few doors down from my family. I attended kindergarten in the same house actually in 2003, believe it or not. with Colton's grandmother, Pat, being my teacher. Because of this, I have known the Willis family for a long time. Colton, Reese, and I have spent many summers after that riding our bikes up and down the street, building forts in the woods, playing with remote control cars, playing GameCube in the basement, you name it, in the good old days. During the junior high and the early high school years, we didn't see a whole lot of each other as life kind of got busy and we had different interests for a while. Fast forward to 2016. I was out in the driveway of my parents' house, cleaning my newly acquired Jeep, which you all heard about earlier. I heard the voice of someone walking up the driveway, spewing off some very detailed specifications about the model of Jeep that was in front of me. I turned around, didn't know who was standing there. It was Colton, wandering over to tell me that he had just bought in a similar rig, and from this point forward, we would be best buds. Well, where do I even start? Colton and I, we talk almost every day, and he's one of my very best friends. He's very caring, he's supportive, he's a very helpful guy, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, the thing is, usually a best man speech is full of jokes, roasts, or, picking at the poor groom on their wedding day. But with Colton, I can't do that. He is one of my closest friends. I super appreciate our friendship, and I am also so thankful for everything that this friendship has brought to my life. I'm extremely lucky and honored to be standing up here tonight. And he doesn't really do anything stupid, so that's the only time, I don't know anybody else who's like this. Everyone in the room knows Colton at least a little bit, and I bet anyone can agree with me, and he's probably one of the most likable guys you have ever met. He's very smart, extremely talented in a variety of different fields. If you ask him to help you with a project, he will make time to help no matter how busy he is. If you ask him to hop in the truck and go for a long drive to pick up an old junk Volkswagen, he'll be right there. And I speak from experience on that. Now, for Colton and Lauren as a couple, some would say Colton won the lottery with Lauren, obviously. This is very true. But she also won the lottery with him. Over the last 4 years, Olivia and I have spent a significant amount of time, probably hundreds of hours, with Colton and Lauren on dinner dates, bonfires, car shows, you name it. As far as I'm concerned, the two of you are perfect for each other. Lauren, sometimes you're probably a bit more patient than you need to be, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm positive that Colton has demonstrated his patience with you as well. For instance, one night when we were all together, Olivia and Lauren were talking while Colton and I were sitting in our own little world talking about cars or something as usual. Olivia asked Lauren if her and Colton ever fought, like most couples do from time to time. And because it never seemed like they ever had any disagreements or no one ever sees that. And Lauren nodded and she says, yep, we fight sometimes. Olivia said, what would that be? Well, one time Colton got mad at me because I had stalled my car when I first bought it. I was learning to drive stick. So after that, she said, I just didn't do that anymore, and he didn't get mad at me anymore. Oh, my word. We all just kind of laughed at that because it sums them up as a couple. Very, very, just easygoing. They don't sweat the small stuff, and they're easy to be around. They're the type of friends you want to keep for a long time, and I look forward to having them both standing alongside of us in our wedding in the future. As I said above, I am honored to stand up here tonight and speak. Colton and Lauren, you've done an amazing job today. I love you both very much. If either of you ever need anything, you know where I am. The door is always open. Please raise your glass with me, a toast to the newlyweds.
Okay, what a great day. Thanks everyone for sharing this with us. Obviously, we're Colton's parents, Kevin and Lisa. I'm very proud to be here today to celebrate with you. Colton was always a very curious little boy, involved in various things, sports, and definitely anything with a... Right up close. Thank you. Anything with a... if you heard me there, Colton's very curious, interested in many sports, and definitely anything with a motor, tractor, cars, trucks, Jeeps, Sea-Doo, now even chainsaws. He's passionate with his toys and his vehicles, and we had many long adventures and late nights, repairing, modifying, detailing. Even last night, him and Isaac were cleaning the truck up just to make it presentable for today. Lisa and I have been married for 26 years, and I believe it takes many things to make a marriage last, make it turn out well, and one of them is selection. And we believe that Colton has chose very well with Lauren, and that they're going to have a great life together. Speaking of Lauren, she's a beautiful, hard-working lady. She's busy, juggling school, jobs, and also multiple vehicles like Colton. The two complement each other very well, and she also is a daughter that we haven't had. So we wish you many years of happiness and hope everyone enjoys the rest of the evening.
So, Lauren, welcome to the family. We probably can't talk as well as my brother can talk. We were actually, my sister and I were just saying that Scott and him have done so well. You're kind of like the guys from the Muppets. Anyway, thank you. You've done a wonderful job. So I'm just going to tell you a little story on how we first met Lauren. It was Colton's birthday, and we all went out as a family for supper to Swiss Chalet with my parents and Deanna and her family. And in comes Colton with this beautiful blonde girl. Very first date. He takes him to meet her parents. So Lauren, you know what you got yourself into when you got to meet us. But again, as Kevin said, I've never had a daughter. I've always wanted a daughter. And we love you so much. And we know how much family means to you. You guys are very, very close with the Locks, and they are a wonderful family. And we just can't wait to see little grandbabies come someday. Another story, too, on that one. It was a Christmas dinner, and Colton comes up to me and he says, "Mom, she wants 8 children. You need to tell her that we can't have 8 children." Anyway, so we'll see. I don't imagine there'll be 8. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone for coming. And we love you both. And your future is going to be bright.
I just want to say, wow, what a beautiful, special day this has been so far. Steve and I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for coming to celebrate Colton and Lauren today. We appreciate it so much. We also want to express our appreciation to the staff of Clinton Hills for this beautiful venue and helping us make this day so special. Thursday, November 18th, 1999, we welcomed our 3rd child, a beautiful baby girl, Lauren Jane Locke, into our family at 10 a.m. that morning. This little bundle with strawberry blonde hair and very loud vocal cords, I must add, completed our family and fulfilled my lifelong dream of having 3 beautiful children. We were immediately aware of how blessed we were. Shannon and Matthew had a little baby sister, and they welcomed her with open arms. It didn't take long for all of us to realize she was a very active, spunky little girl, full of fun and mischief. Lauren knew she had to keep up with those older siblings and not let them get ahead of her. She was certainly able to hold her own when placed in the crowded back seat of the car, and the constant sibling rivalry would arise. Lauren would have us laughing when she would change her voice into a high-pitched sound like she had swallowed helium. She was a little character, but at the same time, the most sensitive, loving little girl, which is a trait she carries even today. Lauren, we are so proud of the woman you have become. Your hard work and perseverance are definitely going to help you meet your goals, and we look forward to seeing you continue to blossom with Colton by your side. Oh yeah, Colton. 6.5 years ago, Lauren came to us and said, "Mom and Dad, I have to tell you, I've been talking to this guy through Facebook for the last 2 weeks, and he wants to meet in person now." It really surprised us because up until that point, Lauren seemed quite content just doing her own thing and hanging out with her friends. Of course, our imaginations took over, and we wondered if this isn't some kind of suspicious character wanting our daughter, especially the stories you can hear nowadays. We told Lauren he would have to come to our house first so we could meet this guy in person. Well, it was Valentine's Day, 2017, late afternoon, and this young guy named Colton Willis arrived at our door. We could immediately see he definitely wasn't the 40-plus-year-old we were worried about. His sweet, little bit nervous smile melted away our concerns. Off they went for a short drive before going out to dinner with Colton's family, and then joined us at a hockey game in Charlottetown. As the weeks went on, we enjoyed many great conversations and were able to see why Lauren thought so much of him. Colton's love for Jeeps was contagious, and Lauren's mechanical knowledge grew quickly. Lots of experience rebuilding and modifying Colton's Jeeps. Lauren eventually decided to purchase her very own beautiful red Jeep. Over the years, they have shared lots in common, and it's been a joy to watch them learn and grow together into the fine young adults they are. Most importantly, both have grown in their faith, and we pray that this will always remain in the forefront of their marriage. Colton, we love how happy you make Lauren, and want to say thank you to Lisa and Kevin for parenting such a wonderful guy. Lauren and Colton, we love you both so much, and we're beyond excited for your future ahead.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to add a couple of things to what Angela's already said so well. Over the past few months, I've tried to think of some special memories without trying to get too sappy, as anyone that went to Shannon's wedding would remember a little too well. The Maritimes have had enough rain already in the past couple of months, and I don't need to add to the precipitation photos today. So let's see how this goes. There are so many memories, but a few keep popping into my head. I remember Lauren as our little girl who loved to spin around in the kitchen, whether by herself to music or inside the dishpan, and later as she grew inside the laundry basket. I also remember how Matthew had difficulty saying Lauren Jane, so it came out as Warren Zane, and Lauren became my little Zanie. And then there was a time that I was driving Matthew and Lauren in Charlottetown in my old Chevy Metro. I came to the old Peter Pan intersection, now where Boston Pizza and the TD Bank are located, and one of the greatest boxing matches in history broke out in the back seat. They traded blows back and forth like a couple of heavyweights. There wasn't much that I could do other than enjoy the spectacle in my ringside seat. Lauren and Colton, I hope that you have a long and happy life together. And pray that you are able to work through the challenges and enjoy the blessings that come your way. Thank you.
Lauren's probably not too amused right now that I'm a little bit shorter. Took my shoes off. We'd like to thank you for all coming to celebrate our new beginnings. Looking around and seeing all of our family and friends in the same room is such a surreal feeling. And we're so happy to be able to enjoy it with each and every one of you. We have a few specific thank yous that we'd like to reach out and thank to those who have helped today make such a success. Sorry. Not a good public speaker. First of all, we want to thank our wedding party for supporting us and standing by our sides on this special day. Girls, you look lovely today. And guys, didn't know you could clean up that well.
We'd like to say thank you to both of our parents for all the love and support, not just today, but throughout the past 6.5 years of our relationship. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for all of your love. You have provided me with so many amazing memories and made me the person I am today. You've taught us that marriage isn't always easy, but it's worth it. Thank you, Lisa and Kevin, for welcoming me into your family as your first daughter. And hopefully not your last. I'd like to have another sister. You all have done so much to ensure our wedding day turned out just like we imagined. We can't thank you enough.
I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me throughout the years, whether it be the small life lessons we were taught, trucking Reese and I back and forth between hockey, baseball games, practices, and even off-island tournaments, or even helping with late-night challenging schoolwork. I think most importantly, I appreciate your ability to show me what a healthy and thriving marriage looks like.
We would also like to say thank you to all the people who made this day possible. Caitlin, our wonderful wedding planner, thank you for helping run everything so smoothly today. It was so nice to be able to enjoy every moment and know that you had everything under control. We don't know what we would have done without you. And Simon, our brother-in-law, we are so lucky to have you capturing this special day for us, as well as his assistants, Lacey and David. It's so special that you were able to help us out on our big day. Thank you all. Petra and Jolene, the back there, thank you for making our ceremony so beautiful with your music. You both absolutely nailed it. And Rachel, back there in the back. The venue manager and coordinator. We are so lucky to celebrate our wedding day at this beautiful venue and the amazing food that we had. Thank you for being so accommodating and understanding and easy to work with. Thank you, Grace, my cousin, for reading the beautiful scripture at our ceremony and for helping out with the Polaroid pictures. And thank you to my grandfather, Wayne, or as I call him, Gaga. It was so special to have you be a part of our ceremony and for blessing our meal this evening.
Continuing a few more thank yous. Thank you for Jordan and Davis. Thanks for the tunes so far this evening. We can't wait to hit the dance floor shortly and party with you guys all. Yeah, sorry. Uncle Scott and Uncle Greg. Thank you both for being the best MCs and helping keep all of our guests on their toes and entertained. Our ushers, David, Noah, and Cohen and Max. You guys did an amazing job, and we're glad that you could be a part of our special day. And the two cute little ring bearers, Lachlan and Jake. I'm sure he's hiding under the table back there. We are so glad, again, that you were able to play such a special role in our wedding. Thank you to anybody else who have helped out with the decorations or making our vision for a wedding come true. Too far of a long list to name off all the names, so thank you guys all. And one last clap. We'd also like to thank the Outer Towners, or the CFAs, come from ways, for making the trek from away. Shelburne, Halifax, Moncton, Riverview, to name a few. It means so much that you've traveled this distance to celebrate on this day.
Let's raise a glass as we toast to each and every one of you here today.